what if I don't have the time and my schedule is very crazy because I'm still working in my current role?
I mean, everyone is busy. Most people have their 9 to 5 or 5 to 9 or whatever we're doing, and family as well. That's why we've designed the program to be quite flexible, in the sense that we're meeting for the internship essentially every 2 weeks for 1 hour on a Saturday, usually between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. So you can really sort of like maneuver your way around it quite well. The sessions are recorded, like I said, so if you do miss a session, you can always go back to the recording. And in terms of the internship and the exam preparation and stuff like that, we're typically talking about 3 to 4 hours a week, which is not too taxing on your time. So most of our students, I would say all of our students, manage to find that time and fix it in. And because this is an adult class, we are not, when it comes to sort of like the self-studying and stuff like that, we allow you to create, pick your own time that works for you to be able to do that as well.
Well, okay, so you said you got quite real qualifications with this, and you said you have to take an exam to get it. But what if I fail the exam? What happens then?
So our program is designed in a way to, allow you to pass. Let me put it that way. We, being a BCS certified company, means that we have access to the BCS past question papers that allows you to be able to prep quite well. We have a detailed exam prep guide on our learning management system that takes you through step by step what you need to do to sit the exam. And we currently have a 96% pass rate. So pretty much all students that goes through the exam passes the exam. For whatever reason, should you fail, which touch wood you won't, you'll be part of that high number of people that are passing. We essentially, we're with you through that journey, and we'll coach you, recoach you, and make sure that we're with you every step of the way for your resit as well. But majority of our students don't need the resit because we've got a very well streamlined process in place that focuses on the key elements of the textbook that you need in terms of the exam, because the weightings are different depending on the part of the textbook that you're studying on. So our learning management system really gives you that guide that allows you to know which area to focus on and exactly what you need to do to pass the exam.
Will I be supported throughout this journey or be left alone?
No, we
also, what if I don't get a lander role within those 3 months? What happens then?
That's a good question. I'll answer that in 2 parts. So first part is, would you be supported throughout the journey? So yeah, we're with you throughout the journey, through every single step of the way, from day one until we finish that sort of like 3 months journey, okay? Ideally, we want you to be in a role within 3 months, but for some reason, some people don't get that 3 months, within 3 months to land the role. We're with you every step of the way, even after that, okay? So we have some students that are going through interviews right now, but they were from the October cohort or from the November cohort or from the January cohort, and that's more than 3 months, and they're still going through the interviews, and our team is still helping them out in prepping them for that interview. Once you do now secure, which is the second part, we don't just leave you alone and get you to figure it out. You will be allocated a mentor. Someone from my team will be your mentor that will be on hand to answer any questions that you might have as you're going through that transitioning. Based on experience, the first 5 to 8 weeks is when people are a little bit apprehensive, they're a little bit worried. Am I doing it right? Does what I've put together, does it look correct? So just having that sense check and that mentor at the back of your mind, knowing that there's someone there that you can always call upon, is very, very beneficial. And a lot of our students do utilize they utilize their mentor quite well. And what tends to happen is, after a few, back and forth between you and your mentor, and you realize, actually, I've done it right because I've done it on the internship. Oh, I've done that one right as well. Oh, it's only a little bit that I need to change. You start to gain that confidence that you need. And then that support starts to sort of like, you stop relying on your mentor so much, and you start to sort of like stand on your own 2 feet. But yeah, we're with you every single step of the way from day one, basically until you secure a role, and even after that.
Wow, okay, that's amazing. So I do see cheaper courses online. So what if I'm coming from a place where I've never had an office job? Will this work for me?
Yes, we've trained countless number of students that have never had an office job. Chefs, bus drivers, people in sales, retail, right? I've never actually been in the office. What matters is the experience that you're bringing on board as well, your previous domain experience. Even if you're just fresh out of uni, you've never had an office job or never had a job before, there's those kind of roles for you as a junior business analyst. So the key thing is having the willingness to learn, wanting to learn a new skill, wanting to listen to your mentors, and following the journey through from every step of the way. There are no stupid questions as we're going through this journey. As you have your questions, ask and we would answer them. Typically speaking, within 24 hours, actually within a few hours, we get back to our students. So you don't necessarily need to have been in an office before or work in an office space to become a successful BA, because we will coach you through all of those skills and call out the transferable skills that you currently have as well. You will start to see yourself in the light of a BA. And yeah, that's what we do. You don't necessarily have to be in the office before securing a BA role, because we've trained people that haven't, necessarily been in office space.
Okay, great. What happens after I start the job?
We'll make sure that you stay in the job. Simply put, you'll be given a mentor, right? And your mentor will be on hand to answer any questions that you've got as you're going through that initial phases of your new role, okay? So typically speaking, when our students secure a role and they started the new role, we get on a call with them just before they start, walk them through what their first few days is going to look like, first week, first month, first day, so that you're a little bit, less apprehensive going in. And that's just a general call that we have with our students. But then you have your mentor as well that's on hand to answer any questions. And, just, cast an eye over what you're doing, make sure that you're doing it right, and you're not making any silly mistakes that would jeopardize your new role. But yeah, we don't leave you alone. We're with you every single step of the way until we know that you're comfortable in that, in your new skin.